There's a popular narrative going on about the recent violence in Leicester, that somehow it is the Hindu community of the city that has been creating ruckus and making lives difficult for all. This narrative is mostly being peddled by the known Islamic extremists as well as organized Pakistani gangs of England. And when the Hindu community of Leicester came out on streets to let these goons and extremists know that they are not afraid of them, these criminals first tried to intimidate them with violence, and when that failed, these people are now crying fascism, Hindutva and Islamophobia, trying to act like some sort of victim. So let's break down the false victimhood of these Islamic terrorists roaming England and understand the whole truth. As many of you know, the violence in Leicester started on 28th of August when a bunch of Indian cricket fans got drunk and beat up a couple of Pakistanis. This happened after India defeated Pakistan in the Asia Cup. Now, any sort of violence is totally unacceptable. Still, it is a well-known fact that sports-related violence is actually very common in England, where fans from football clubs and cricket teams often brawl outside stadiums. However, in this case, the sports brawl took a criminal and religious turn when Pakistani gangs and Islamic terrorists of England started attacking innocent Hindus of Leicester. On 4th of September, when Pakistan won a match against India, members of Pakistani gangs threw eggs at religious deities of a family who was celebrating the festival of Ganesh Chaturthi. These people also tried to smash into their homes and threaten them with knives. The next day, both Hindu and Muslim community of Leicester came together and appealed for peace in the city.
The violence and aggression must stop now. And this is what we agreed all community here.
But that did not do anything. For the next 2 days, hundreds of Pakistani gangsters, many of whom from outside Leicester, attacked homes, cars and religious symbols of Hindus of the city. When the Hindu community of Leicester talked to their Muslim counterparts for their failure to stop the violence, instead of taking responsibility and apologizing for their failure to bring peace, the leaders of the Islamic community started blaming Hindus for openly expressing their religion. Meanwhile, on the internet, people like these were praising these Pakistani gangsters and implicitly threatening Hindus.
Like, it's Pakistani gangs, and in the UK it's peak. Like, it's going to be peak for you guys. It's my sincere advice to you that you guys, humble yourselves, because the Pakistani gangs over here, they get a bit nuts.
By 17th of September, the Hindu community of Leicester decided that enough is enough. So, with the permission of the police, they peacefully marched throughout Leicester to let these goons and criminals know that they are not afraid of them. This peaceful march got these gangsters so angry that they, along with Islamic extremists from London and Birmingham, came down to Leicester with weapons and started attacking Hindus in the city. These criminals burned Hindu religious flags, they smashed cars with Hindu symbols on them, at the same time attacking anyone who they thought was a Hindu as well. Now, after terrorizing the city of Leicester for nearly a month, these extremists are trying to pin everything they did on Hindus and act like somehow they are the victims. First, they tried to accuse Indians for hate speech against Muslims. The Leicester police said nothing like this happened. Then these people said that Hindus are attacking mosques in Leicester. That too, the police said, is fake news. Later, these extremists tried to spread another fake news, that somehow Hindus are attacking teenage Muslim girls. Again, not true. When everything failed, these Islamic extremists are blaming the so-called Hindutva and the RSS to justify all of the horrible things they have been doing. The narrative these extremists are peddling is that they don't have any problem with Hindus. They are just fighting the so-called Hindutva. But you will notice, in the very next sentence, these people are mocking Hindu religion.
If they believe in reincarnation, what a humiliation and pathetic thing for them to be reincarnated into some pathetic, weak, cowardly people like that.
Desecrating Hindu gods and temples and attacking any Hindu they could find. The truth is, none of these people understand Hinduism, Hindutva, RSS, or frankly any of the thousands of India's religions and political ideologies. These extremists just use Modi as a boogeyman to justify their violent actions and spin the narrative, to which they also miserably fail. Right now, these gangsters and extremists are warning Hindus to, I quote, stay away from that gangster life.
And you're trying to act like gangsters? You're trying to act like gangsters? Come on, man! You're not about that life!
To them, I would like to say that we Hindus and rest of Indians prefer to stay away from any sort of criminal activities. We are not extremists, and it is not in our nature to be gangsters. You are right about that. But what you don't know, that it is definitely in our blood to stand up to criminals like you. Peace. Thank you everyone for coming out to my vlog. This channel is currently transitioning from English to Hindi. All the videos about international affairs and where I feel that India's voice need to be expressed abroad, those videos are going to be in English, and rest are going to be Hindi, and trust me, they are going to be really good. Thank you everyone for coming over to my vlog, and I will see you soon.